Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Morning.
A few years ago, I read an interesting yet alarming article. This mother was constantly smelling this distinctive odor of a dead battery, and she couldn't figure out what it was until she realized it was her son that was perspiring this awful smell. She knew something was wrong, so she started doing some investigation, and she realized her son was addicted to synthetic marijuana. I was intrigued by this article. I had never heard of such a drug, and being the parent of a teenager son, I knew I needed to educate myself and talk to him about it. So I did some research of my own. Synthetic marijuana is a combination of herbs sprayed with chemicals. It will trigger the same effect as THC, which is the active ingredient in natural marijuana. It's 100 times more powerful than marijuana, and it's very dangerous to consume. People underestimate this drug. The side effects for this drug include insomnia, paralyzation, dizziness, headaches, just simple side effects. By only consuming it one time, you can have these side effects for months. Now, you can also have severe side effects like brain damage, heart attack, mental and stress disorders, and the stress disorders can be trying to commit suicide. You can also have death. I read so many stories about this. One of them was of a young teenager that was peer pressured into smoking it, and he ended up getting brain damage. Another one had been smoking it for a few weeks, and he woke up in the middle of the night having some feelings in his body. It turns out he was starting to get paralyzed. He tried reaching out for help, wasn't able to get a hold of anyone, and he was paralyzed. He was stuck in his home for a few days. Had he been there for a day longer, he would have been dead. In 2008, synthetic marijuana was introduced to the U.S., and ever since then, the DEA has worked really hard trying to ban this substance. But there's so many chemicals that can make up synthetic marijuana. It's been tough for them. So in 2011, under the Obama administration, 5 of these substances were banned, and up to date, over 22 have been banned. But there's over 700 of them that exist. And what happens is industries in China and other countries, they change the mixture of the chemicals, so it's easier for them to import it to the U.S. legally. And what manufacturers, how they sell it is they put them in these oil containers, and they make them attractive, they make them colorful, and they gave them cool names like K2, Spice, or Scooby Snacks. And it's really attractive for the kids. And not only that, it's cheap and easy to get. Synthetic marijuana, a package can cost like $10, and you can find it at 7-Eleven or smoke shops. You can even get them online. You can buy them in the bulk. For an ounce, you can pay $50. It's so easy to get. I was amazed. And I was talking to my son about it, and he's the one that told me, oh, they sell those in 7-Eleven, right? And you probably have seen them, but never realized what they are. In 2017, this year alone, there has been over 500 cases that have been reported to the poison center. And the trend has been going up every time. So in 2013, there was 500 cases, 2014, 3,500 cases, and in 2017, it more than doubled to 7,800 cases. And the numbers only keep on rising. The problem is that it's not just dangerous for themselves, they're also a danger to society because they're driving under the influence, which means they can have an accident, kill themselves, or kill others. It's really, really bad. I don't know if you remember last year it was top news. There was an incident of like 33 people who had an overdose, and they were calling it, they were acting like zombies, and there was videos going on where there was a man that was just hanging over a fire hydrant, just acting like a zombie. It was a top story. Now, going back to the article that I read, the mother did try to helping her son, trying to help him quit, but he was too addicted and he was causing a lot of problems. So she ended up kicking him out. And after a while, he did reach out to her, claiming he had quit. So when she got off work, she went to go talk to him, to his home, and she found him dead. So when I read this article, I was alarmed. I had never heard of such a drug, and I know many adults haven't either. Because when I talked to my husband about this incident, about the zombies in New York, he's like, oh yeah, I heard about this. It was just a drug overdose. But it's not, it was synthetic marijuana, which he had never heard about. So I made a big effort and I researched about it, and I did talk to my son about it at that time. And again, I spoke to him about it yesterday, and he kind of remembered because about the dead battery, but I really want to emphasize the side effects. I kept on telling him, look, this is what's going to happen. All this can happen. So I hope he was able to understand the bad side effects. And if you have any teenagers or anybody that is young adults, talk to them.